Hey, and welcome back to Disorderly Tarot. I hope you're having a great day. Today's pick a card reading is all about your next relationship. I decided to make this reading movie themed. I want you to feel like you're going to the cinema and selecting your favourite movie. I've also got a little popcorn candle up there too, to get us in the mood. I haven't tried themed readings before, so please let me know down in the comments if you like the idea. I have 6 groups for you to pick from group 1 to group 6. You can choose to pick a group by the movie or by the crystal, it's up to you. I'll start by giving you a few close-ups of the groups. Group 1 with Jade and the movie Stand By Me. Group 2 with Cobalt Calcite and the movie Mean Girls. Group 3 with Chrysoprase and the movie Shutter Island. Group 4 with Sodalite and the movie Get Out. Group 5 with Amazonite and the movie No Strings Attached. Group 6 with Carnelian and the movie Ever After. Now I'd like you to take a deep breath in with me and hold it and slowly let it out. And when you're ready, select your group. If you need a bit more time choosing, feel free to pause the video here. And when you're ready, scroll down to the description box or the comments and select the timestamp for your group. I'm going to start with group 1, Stand By Me. So if you picked to watch Stand By Me, group 1, this is your reading. I'm going to pop your little movie ticket up the top and put your little jade crystal in the dish. I'd like to start by getting an overview of your next relationship. So I'm going to take a tarot card from the Everyday Witch Tarot to represent your next relationship. Group 1, tell me about their next relationship. Tell me about group 1's next relationship. So we have the star, 17. Wow. So your next relationship is definitely going to be a big one, kind of monumental. It may not be what you're used to, but it's definitely a soulmate type relationship. It's going to have a big impact on you and your life and likely be quite long lasting. The star to me represents something unique and special, something unlike anything you could imagine. It also signifies dreams coming true to me and everything you've ever wished for being granted. Next, I'm going to get a couple of tarot cards from the Pastel Journey Tarot to represent first your partner and then you in your next relationship. So tell me about who group 1 is going to be with in their next relationship. Group 1's partner in their next relationship. So to signify your next partner, we have the King of Swords. And while I'm shuffling, I'm also going to get a card to represent you in your next relationship, group 1. Tell me about group 1 in their next relationship. We have the 7 of Pentacles to represent you. First, I just want to mention that as we do the King of Swords for your next partner, it's likely that they have a lot of air energy in their chart. So the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. For you, we've got the 7 of Pentacles, so you may have some earth signs in your chart. So those are Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Please only take what resonates. With the King of Swords, I believe your next partner is going to be fairly logical and authoritative. You may find that they make decisions very quickly and easily, and they always follow their brain over their heart. I see them as someone who's quite wise and intellectual. They may have done a lot of studying, or they may have progressed quite far in their career. In the relationship, I mainly see that they are very decisive. They know what they want, and they make that clear from the get-go. They're pretty good at communicating with you and telling you exactly how they feel. However, I don't think they're so good at communicating their emotions and feelings, and also making sure they're not too harsh with their words. I have a feeling that at times they can be very blunt, and that may be something that you find difficult to deal with, but I see that during the relationship you get more used to it and realize that's just how they communicate, and it's not anything they have against you. They're not finding fault with you. It's just how they process their feelings and their thoughts and their ideas. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you have been waiting for this kind of relationship for a very long time. I think you may be someone who has had quite a few past relationships that have not worked out, or you've just dated many people and nothing's ever seemed to quite pertain to this type of relationship, this soulmate connection. You've found people who haven't been able to tick all your boxes in the past, whereas in this next relationship you're going to be overwhelmed by the fact that they are ticking so many of your boxes. They really do seem like a dream come true. I think with each of your past relationships or connections or situationships, you have realized more and more what you don't want in a relationship, and you've learned lessons from those past connections. And those are what's bringing you forward into a new healthy relationship where you're finally getting what you've always wanted. I also see with the movie Stand By Me that you may be friends first before you take it to a romantic level. I feel like the two of you have a very strong bond. It's on the friendship level as well as the romantic, intimate level. I feel like you guys just get each other so well, and you enjoy spending time in each other's company, and you wouldn't even need the romance or the intimacy, but it's just like this amazing bonus that you have attraction for each other too. I think you're someone who puts a lot of care and thought into the relationship, and you're always trying to please this other person, but I feel like that is reciprocated. I do think they will try and be the best for you too. They want to make you happy. However, they're just not very good at expressing their feelings. I'm getting that really strongly, like it's not something they're used to. Maybe they've been single for quite some time, or they've been in relationships where they haven't had to emotionally contribute as much. But in this connection, they want to contribute more. They want to do as much as you're doing. They want to give you as much as you're giving them. They want to have balance in the relationship. They want to treat you like royalty. They adore you, and they appreciate how much hard work you put into things. I don't know if you're very hardworking in your job too, or in your passions, but they see you as someone who really, really cares about what they're doing and about making the most of this life. And they find that very intriguing, and also they admire you for that. They want to be the same. They want to make their way in the world, and they feel like they have, but they like the fact that you're similar in that respect. You're going after what you want, and you're putting the work in to get to where you need to get to. You're not afraid of working hard for something for years, as long as you get that end result. And they really, really respect that, because they're in quite an astute position. They're doing fairly well, and they admire the fact that you're willing to put in the groundwork to get to where you want to get to. You're not just expecting something amazing to just come to you straight away. You're willing to work for it. Next, I'm going to get tarot cards for a strength and a weakness of your relationship. So what's the strength in group one's relationship? And give me a weakness for group 1's relationship. The weakness for group 1's next relationship. Okay, so we have the strength of your relationship first, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. And then for the weakness of your relationship, we have the Seven of Swords. I just want to point out that 7 may be a significant number for you, because I noticed we've got the 7 of Swords, we've got the 7 of Pentacles, and then we've got 17 for the star. So it might be a number you want to look out for, or a number you see a lot of just before this relationship comes into fruition, just before you meet this person even, perhaps. So if we start with the strength, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's talking about someone, again, like yourself, someone who's not afraid to put in the hard work to get what they want, someone who knows where they're headed, they know what they want in the future, and they're ready to work towards it and put in as much effort as possible to achieve their dreams. It also represents a lot of stability and security, and I think you will both have that in your relationship. You'll feel very grounded, very sure of the relationship, and very happy. I also see with the Knight of Pentacles a long journey, so I don't think this is going to be a short-term fling. I think this is very much a long-standing commitment. It's a long-term relationship with a lot of potential. With the Seven of Swords as your relationship weakness, that talks about deceit or something shady happening in the background. I see this very much as nothing to do with either of you, but someone else, a third party, getting in the way of your relationship or trying to demoralize you. It's almost like they're whispering in either yours or your person's ear and trying to get between you both. There's definitely someone who can't be trusted, and I don't know if they're coming after you or if they're coming after your person, but they seem to be getting in the way. Now, this is a hurdle that can easily be jumped over, and usually it will just require good communication to do that, and I think your person is the king of communication. They are incredible at it, so I don't see that there'll be any long-term problem. I see this more as a short-term thing that you'll be able to fight off. You'll be able to get rid of this negative influence that's impacting your relationship for a short time. Let's have a look at your oracle cards to see if we can get any more information on your relationship. So first I have a quantum oracle card, the Sacred Temple 5 Spirit. And next we have a Whispers of Love card. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose. 4. Okay, these are absolutely lovely cards. With the Sacred Temple, I feel like this person wants to build a home with you. They want to build a solid, stable future. It's coming back to this Knight of Pentacles energy. They see you as the one that they want to spend the rest of their lives with, and they're thinking about how they can earn enough money to make your life comfortable together, and they're thinking about what exactly they want from the future with you, whether they want a family life with you as in children, or whether they want to travel with you in the future, or whether they want to buy a home together. They're putting in all the hard work in their job to ensure they have the finances to fulfill any of your dreams. They also see you as safe, not in a bad way, in a very, very good way. They see you as someone who will always treat them well and will always be there for them. They see you as very loyal and stable, secure. They feel comfortable around you. They feel like you're a match made in heaven. They are so starry-eyed for you. They love you so, so much, and they're almost intoxicated by you. Not just by you being captivating, but by your kindness and your empathy. They love that about you, because perhaps they don't have as much of that themselves, or they find it difficult to communicate that side of themselves, their emotions, but you find it a lot easier, and they are in awe of how you express yourself. With You Are Limitless, I really think that's how your person sees you. They see you as having limitless potential. You could do whatever you wanted to do. You could have whoever you wanted, but they are enamored by the fact that you've chosen them and that you seem to want a life with them too. You seem to want a future with them too. And because you do want that, they're willing to put in their all into this relationship to make it work with you, because they think you could have the perfect life together. And obviously there's no such thing as perfect, which is why, as I said, I drew this relationship's weakness card to have a look into what could go wrong. But as you can see from these other cards, it's a very minor part of your relationship, this deceit or someone trying to get in between you and stir things or do something slightly shady or underhanded behind your back. It's not going to be the center focus, and it's not going to be around for long, because you are able to combat anything together, especially with your clear communication that you have with each other. That's a quality that you need in a committed relationship, and you two certainly have that. You really do stand by each other through thick and thin, through anything. Next, I've got a couple of Moonology cards. So first we have Faith in Your Dreams, Waxing Crescent Moon. And next, Nothing Is Yet Set in Stone, Mutable Moon. With that, I think these are kind of reminders to not feel hopeless. I think maybe with your past dating experiences, you've got to a point where you're just like, oh my God, maybe I'll never get anyone to love. Maybe I'm just going to be alone forever. Maybe there is no right person for me, because nothing seems to work out. Nothing seems right. And when it does seem right at the beginning, it always crumbles later on. And I'm just always wrong. I'm always picking the wrong people. It's just never going to work out for me. And perhaps you've had that kind of negative mentality at times, but this is telling you to ditch that and try and be positive and continue to be positive, because even if it hasn't helped you in the past, it's going to help you now. You can have faith in your dreams. This person is coming, this relationship is coming, and it's going to be so good for you. It's going to make you so happy and feel so fulfilled. With Nothing Is Yet Set in Stone, that's again highlighting that just because all your past connections have been a certain way, that doesn't mean your future ones will be too. I can see that from the future, it's looking great. It's looking very bright. It's looking happy. It's looking really stable too. I think that's been something that you've struggled with in the past. I think you had quite a few connections that sort of petered out. They dissipated into nothing, or someone ghosted you, or there was suddenly like a shocking revelation and it just ended. But this is so different. It's so strong and reliable. It keeps going and going and going, and it's always good because you have that communication. So even when there are moments of loss or sadness, you're there for each other. You stand by each other and you get through it together. You're on that journey together and you're seeking the same goal, which is this committed, happy, secure relationship. And you're both in it to win it. You will not give up easily, and you will both stick by each other's side till the end. It's very beautiful. Like, it really is like true friendship combined with love. And by love, I mean romantic love. You adore each other. You are each other's everything, and you will be till the end. Next, I've got a Lover's Oracle card. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So I think this is talking about leaving the past behind you. I wonder if this is an ex who tries to get back into either yours or your new partner's life. But you kind of need to accept that they were from the past and you want to leave that behind you and you want to move on and not keep digging it back up. I think perhaps because you've been through so much, you might struggle at times not to bring up the past or to let it have any impact or effect on your current decisions because of how someone's wronged you in the past or how a situation turned out in the past. And it's difficult not to let that affect your decisions that you're making now in the present. But you need to just accept that it's time to let that go and move on from it. I think perhaps as soon as you move on from these past romances and you choose to be positive about your future love life, that's when this person's going to come in. It requires that acceptance and deciding to move forward before this person comes into your life. And for your last oracle card, we have a Sweet Dreams card. Welcome. When I dream, I invite limitless magic into my life, and I welcome my spirit guides to show up in wondrous and unexpected ways. Oh, limitless. You are limitless. How crazy is that? And magic is very much like the star as well. Don't be afraid to dream. I think maybe you were a dreamer and you've stopped dreaming recently because you've had so many disappointments, but don't be afraid to keep dreaming, because this relationship is coming for you and it is so good and it is so healthy and happy, and it's going to bring these limitless opportunities into your life too. And it may not, I can't say when this is coming, it may not be just yet, but carry on having faith, because it is coming. It will be your next relationship and you will be happy, and it really looks like it's got so much potential to last a lifetime. Welcome in the new with positivity, and everything you've been dreaming of will come to you. So the last section of your reading you don't need to take too seriously, but I thought it would be fun to get a little bit more information about this next person. So first I've got some zodiac signs, so let's have a look at a couple of zodiac signs that may feature in their chart. Tell me about this King of Swords that's coming. So we have Gemini and Aries. So with Gemini, I think there's someone who's quite a fast thinker, a lot of fun too, very smart, very funny. I'm getting kind of sarcastic humour and also dry humour too. With Aries, I think they are very excitable, they're full of energy, they're passionate, they're fun. This is definitely someone who gets you up every morning because they're just this little ball of energy, this little flame that ignites you. Okay, so I'm going to start by getting a positive and negative trait about your person. For positive trait, picked out fun, which again makes a lot of sense with what I was saying with that Aries and Gemini energy. They are someone who is full of fun and wants an adventure with you. I think they'll make you laugh a lot. I see you guys kind of having laughing fits, especially with that best friend energy. I think you will not be able to stop laughing together. I kind of feel like if you went to a library together, for instance, you would really struggle to keep quiet while you're in there, and you'd end up getting told off by library staff because you just can't help it but laugh around each other. You have so much fun together. And as their negative trait, we have needy. So they may come across as needy at times. I think this is more because they just enjoy spending time with you so much. They love you, they don't want to be without you. And I think at times this may be a little bit too much for you. Like perhaps you need some time to yourself. You need your quiet time too. And I think when that is the case, you just need to express that to them. You need to communicate it to them because they will be understanding. They're someone who really, really loves and respects you. So if you say to them, you know, I need some quiet time, it's nothing bad about you, it's no reflection on you or on our relationship, but it's just something that I need to keep myself happy, I'm sure they will understand that and give you your space and give you your time. Maybe they get needy because they're insecure due to something that's happened to them in the past. Perhaps someone's cheated on them in the past, for example, and that's when maybe they come across as needy with this Seven of Swords situation. So they feel like someone is trying to suck all your attention away from them, and they miss you a lot, and they express that in being quite needy. If that is the case, you just need to be clear with them that you're not interested in this other person at all and you are fully invested in them, but you also need your space. You can't spend 24/7 around them. You need a balanced life. And I'm sure, because they seem like someone who is quite intelligent, they will respect that and they will give you your space and give you your time. So that may just be something that you need to be aware of. Next, we're doing a couple of physical features. So for their hair colour, we have dark brown. So they may have dark brown hair. And for eye colour, we have medium brown, amber. So they may have brown eyes as well. And lastly, I wanted to have a look at what kind of dates they like going on. And we've got gallery or art museum date. They might surprise you with a gallery or art museum type date, or they like going to places where you're able to learn as well as do fun activities. I think that kind of ties in with their intellectual side. They're very curious. Again, that's a Gemini quality, and they want to expand their knowledge. They may very much be into art as well. Perhaps they are very creative too. That can also be depicted by air sign energy, so the swords. So they may be very creative and they want to show you and invite you into that part of their life, that aspect of their life. So they may want to take you around an art museum or a gallery, or they may want to show you the beauty of the world. I think all in all, this person who is coming for you, group one, is very smart and intelligent and good at communicating and creative and fun and exciting. And this next relationship is going to be so unique and great and really like a dream come true. And all you need to do is welcome it into your heart. Try not to be too guarded, try not to dwell on the past too much, and instead look forward to the future and embrace these endless, limitless possibilities and opportunities that you're being faced with. So that's all I've got for you, group one. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below. I'd also love to hear what you thought of it and whether this is the kind of person that you are looking for. So please leave a comment down below too, so that I can hear your thoughts about it. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, so that you can see my new pick a card readings when they come out. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best with your next relationship, and I hope it comes around soon. Bye. Hi group two, so if you picked Mean Girls, this is your reading. I'm going to pop your little movie ticket up here, and I will put your little cobalt calcite stone in the dish. So I'm going to start with pulling a tarot card from the Everyday Witch Tarot to signify your relationship, group two. Let's have a look at your next relationship. Tell me about group two's next relationship. We have the Queen of Swords. So I see this relationship as very true and fair. I don't think there are going to be any mind games in it, but I do see it as kind of devoid of emotion, if that makes sense, devoid of romance. The Queen of Swords comes across as someone who's very stern but fair, and I feel like this relationship, although good from a practical point of view, may not make you feel many butterflies or much intense romance. Let's get a little bit more information. I have got the Pastel Journey Tarot deck, and I'm going to have a look at what your next partner will be like in the relationship, and then also what you will be like. So let's have a look at your next partner first. How are they presenting in your next relationship? And you, how are you presenting in your next relationship? Okay, so your partner is represented by the Seven of Swords. And you are represented as the Four of Swords. Wow, we have so much sword energy. So that's air signs mainly. So Libra, Aquarius and Gemini may be present in yours and your next partner's charts. Or it may just be the energy that you're feeling in this relationship. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't see this next relationship lasting an awfully long time. I think it's going to be quite short-lived. With the Seven of Swords, your person is showing up as being a little bit shady or deceitful. There's something they're hiding that during the relationship you'll find out, but you may not know at first. This card can also mean that their friends or family are not quite supportive of them. They may not be supportive of this relationship. With you, I feel like you've been through a lot just before coming into this relationship, and during the relationship you're resting. I see you as quite timid in this relationship, quite quiet. Perhaps the other person is quite domineering, may even be a little overbearing at times. I'm sorry, group 2, this isn't a very light and easy reading, is it? I'm not saying this relationship won't work. I'm just saying that it's presenting itself as having a lot of challenges. You have been through a lot, so I don't see you going through a lot in this relationship. I more see you as taking time out, and maybe you don't invest your full self in the relationship because of what's happened prior to the relationship. Your person is dealing with something else entirely, and I think they're not very honest or upfront about it when you first start in this relationship, but they may reveal what's on their mind or what has been working in the background later on in the relationship. Let's have a look at the rest of your tarot cards. So I want to look into a strength and a weakness of your relationship. Okay, so for the strength of your relationship, we have the Eight of Swords. And for the weakness, we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Eight of Swords talks about feeling trapped in a situation. I don't think you two are feeling trapped in this relationship. I actually feel like you two have been feeling trapped about different things, and this relationship almost acts as your savior or your little ray of hope, or like this little blue bird that's up here, kind of like the shining light, something nice when you're going through it. I feel like you've been put through a lot just before coming into this relationship, and in this relationship you're more in a time of rest and relaxation, and that's what the relationship is bringing you. It's helping you to just relax and de-stress and stop worrying about things that have troubled you in the past. With your partner, I think they're having some of their own personal challenges while you're in this relationship, but they see you as kind of this ray of hope. They see you as the sunlight. They see you as something that brings them up every time they're feeling quite down. As for weaknesses, we have the Three of Pentacles, which makes me think that there's some sort of third party situation. There's someone who is getting in between you and your future partner. That's just for some of you who are doing this reading. I've also got a second message of work being a problem, work being a major focus in either one of your lives or both of your lives, and for that reason you're not able to invest as much in the relationship or put as much of your time into the relationship because you're so preoccupied by work and some sort of project that's happening at work and making sure you succeed in it. It's kind of like in your downtime from work you get to enjoy this relationship together, but most of the time your heads are elsewhere. You're focused on other things such as your career or hobbies or other things happening in your life. So you're not able to put much focus on your actual relationship. Because of that, I've got this feeling that it's not going to last that long, or at least for the majority of you, it's not going to last, or it's going to take a lot of compromise and a lot of work if you want to make it last. Let's have a look at your oracle cards. So first I've got a quantum oracle card, and we have angels of the 4 directions for spirit. And we also have a whispers of love card. Get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love, 44. Okay, so I'm just going to point out that we've got 4 and 44. So 4 and 4 of swords. 4 seems to be a significant number for you. It may come up in terms of this relationship. So when this person is just around the corner, you may see a lot of 4s, for example. Okay, with angels of the 4 directions, there is a reason for this relationship. So even if it doesn't last, there's a reason why you're having it. There's a lesson to be learned, or there's some sort of part of you that's going to be opened up by this relationship. So it is necessary, it is significant, it is meaningful. It just may not last as long as you originally wanted it to. This card can also talk about opening up, and especially struggles with opening up. And as you both had swords, air sign energy, I feel like that's something that doesn't come very easily to either of you, and that's something that you may need to work on in this relationship. It may even be the lesson that you learn from it. Again, it's reflected in get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. I think the two of you are not very expressive in terms of what you need emotionally from the other person. And for that reason, it can seem quite cold and distant at times, and you can seem that way to one another too. But the key is to get to know each other, to learn each other's love languages and how you can bring joy to that other person, how you can improve their life and better your relationship too. I've also got a couple of Moonology cards, so we'll take a look at them. We've got a time for healing, balsamic moon, and bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. I like that we've got Aquarius when we had all that air sign energy as well. So again, bring love into the situation. I think you struggle with opening up. You struggle with being honest and upfront about your emotions and about your feelings. Maybe you act kind of easy breezy when really you're feeling more inside, but you're scared to open up to another person. And this is saying, don't be scared. This is saying, try and put your heart into it, because if you don't put your heart into it, you'll end up in these other situations where you let your work life or other aspects of your life take over, and you don't focus enough on your romantic relationship, so it kind of falls by the wayside and you lose it. And also, if you put too much focus on work or other commitments, there may be third parties who get in the way because you're so distracted. Don't be scared to love. I mean, it is a time for healing, because I think perhaps people have hurt you in the past, or you've just been through a lot. It may not be in past romantic relationships, but it may be with friends or with families, and you've been dealing with some sort of loss or mourning. But this is your time to heal. You'll be able to heal during this relationship. And you need to start letting those walls down that you've built up from being so hurt, because until you let those walls down, I think you're seeing them as shady, you're seeing them as deceitful when they're really not. And they really do have good intentions for you. But the way you're both portraying yourselves to one another is not healthy, and it's not good. And it's so closed off that you won't allow a relationship to actually work. So you need to be vulnerable. You need to be open with one another. And once you have unlocked it with the key, you have opened up your heart, then this relationship will have potential. But until that point, it seems kind of stunted and static and loveless. Let that love in, get to know this person and allow them to see the real you. Next, we have a Lover's Oracle card. Romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. Ooh, so if you do let love in, if you do open up your heart and give this a chance, there is love here. You can get the sparks of attraction. You can make this connection work. You can feel so much by it, but you have to be open to it. And I think that's something you really struggle with. And I think your partner struggles with it too. But as soon as you do open yourselves up to this romance, to this love between the two of you, it can go a long way. Your spirit guides are kind of watching down and saying, if you get to know each other, you can find out that you are perfect for each other. You are so similar, more similar than you realize. And you can find this healing that you're in desperate need of. So there is romance in this connection. It's not all cold and distant. It's up to you how you choose to be, and you can put this stoic mask aside and be real and be passionate and be loving and empathic if you want to. You don't need to hide away forever. You can enjoy the romance. You can enjoy the love. And we also have a Sweet Dreams card. Higher self. I am ready to communicate with my higher self in my dreams and to become enlightened. I think your spirit guides and your higher self is telling you to express yourself, to unlock your soul, to be true to yourself and to stop hiding away. You've been through a lot and it's very difficult for you not to see others as shady and underhanded right from the get-go, because you're expecting the worst always. But if you get to know this person, you'll realize they are not the Seven of Swords. They are not someone you need to be afraid of. In fact, they are someone very loving and kind and so much more. I'm going to draw another card for who they really are, because I think you're seeing them as a Seven of Swords, but they are someone else. Who is your next person? Who is this person really? So we have the Fool to represent them. So not only are they not shady or not underhanded, but they are sweet and fun and carefree and honest, and God, they're so lovable. They're so lovable, and you're seeing them as someone who is out to get you when really they're not. They wouldn't even know how to, because they're not manipulative, they're not underhanded, they're, if anything, quite naive. They're kind and they just want to have fun and jump into this relationship with you. They're not scared and they don't want you to be scared either. But perhaps because of your past, you automatically are always scared going into a new relationship. You always fear the worst. You always expect the worst. And this is telling you it's time to let that go. It's time to heal from that way of thinking and instead have love for people and express love and be willing to take a chance on people, because perhaps they are not what they first seem. They are instead this beautiful, enigmatic soul, someone who is so gentle and so free-spirited and fun, and they're going to bring you exactly what you need. You just need to rip the blindfold off and take down these swords, take down the barriers, stop feeling trapped, and get on your broomstick and fly away with them, because you're letting yourself feel tied down. You're letting yourself feel trapped and as if there's no way out when there is. And there are good people out there. You're just choosing to be blind to them. This person in your next relationship really doesn't mean you any harm. I think even with this third party situation, maybe that's not even the case, but it's like you're creating obstacles, you're creating problems that aren't really there, because you've been let down so many times in the past that you just kind of expect that to keep happening, even though this person has never let you down. You've got to have some trust in them and some faith in them and bring love into the relationship. Give them a chance, give them an opportunity, get to know them, because you'll realise that they're just so genuine. They really are. God, it's interesting how this reading has turned around, hasn't it? It really has. They are a good person, and this could be a long-term relationship if you wanted it to be, but it requires you to heal. It requires you to see the real them. And I don't think that's going to be an easy task. I don't think that's something that comes natural to you, because you're so guarded and you have your walls built up so high. It's going to be hard to tear them down. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. You can open your heart. You can. Lastly, I just wanted to get a bit of a more detailed picture of your person. So I've got some cards just for fun. You don't need to take them too seriously, because obviously this is a group reading, so not everyone's person is going to be exactly the same, but we'll get an idea of them at least. So first I wanted to have a look at zodiac signs for your person. I'll pull a couple just to get their energy. We have Aquarius and Pisces. With Pisces, I see that they're a dreamer, a lot of fun, someone creative, someone very caring, loving. And with Aquarius, smart, and they love change. They love anything new and unique and different. Next, I'm going to get a positive and a negative trait for them. For the positive trait, we have strong. And for the negative trait, we have needy. So I think they're someone who comes across as quite brave, quite confident. They've had a lot of setbacks, but they don't let it destroy them. They keep moving, they keep going forward. However, with needy, I think at times they may come across as just that, needy. They need more attention from you than you are able to give them. And especially as you struggle with opening up and letting any of your feelings out, that will only increase their neediness, because they feel like they're not getting anything from you. So they keep kind of clutching at anything that they can have, and they keep trying to spend more time with you in the hope that they'll get more information from you and they'll get more feelings out of you. They'll get you to express yourself more clearly, but that may be too much for you at times. So just question as to why they're being needy, because you need to meet their need for love if you want to continue this relationship with them, but they should also be meeting your need for love too. So just ensure that that is in place too before you go in search of meeting their need for love.
I'm just watching this back, and I wanted to comment on how the Fool very much represents someone who is strong and needy both at the same time, because the Fool is extremely carefree and takes a lot of risks. So they're very brave in the way that they want to take the risks in the first place, but they can also be seen as kind of naive and needy at times too, because they then require support when the risk results in something going wrong. They need other people to help them at that stage, and then they can come off as very needy. So it actually makes a lot of sense that both of those cards were drawn. I was also thinking about the movie you chose, and you chose Mean Girls, and that is one of my favourite movies. All of these movies I love, and that's why I picked them. But again, that kind of represents this relationship, because you are seeing this person as the Seven of Swords initially. You're seeing them as someone who is untrustworthy, someone who might be concealing something from you, someone who does not care about you. And in fact, they are the Fool. They are someone who would helplessly and hopelessly fall in love with you. They're someone who is very naive, jumps into things headfirst without thinking, and they are willing to do so in a relationship with you as well. And in Mean Girls, it just makes me think of how, first of all, Regina George and the Plastics are portrayed as horrible people, almost verging on sociopathic. They're very cruel to the others at the school, and they see a lot of people as outcasts and treat them badly because of that view that they have on them. However, you see that the main character, Katie Heron, her view and perspective of the plastics shifts throughout the film. And the reasons for this are to do with how they're treating her, and also how she starts wanting to become one of them. She wants to become a plastic after a while, and she starts becoming one without even realising that she's doing so, because she's trying to sabotage them but also turning into one of the plastics at the same time. And I think it's all to do with your perception of people. The movie talks about different people's judgments of others and how they perceive them, and their perception changing over time. And you can see that Katie's perception of the plastics shifts dramatically throughout the movie. And I believe that's what's needed in this relationship. Your perspective needs to shift of your partner, because I think in your next relationship you are going to view them at first as someone who's out to get you, or someone who is not very likable, or maybe untrustworthy, or maybe a cheat, or maybe out to deceive you, or maybe a player, someone who may not be very careful with your heart. However, they're actually the fool. They're actually very loving, and they're actually willing to take steps forward with you. They're willing to jump headfirst into this relationship with you, because they do love you and they do care about you, and their intentions are pure.
Next, I wanted to have a look at some physical features. So I'll have a look at hair colour and eye colour. For hair colour, we have dark brown hair. So your person may have dark brown hair. And for eye colour, we have bright or dark blue. So bright blue or dark blue eyes. And lastly, I just wanted to have a look at what kind of date they'd like to go on with you. Gives you a better idea into what interests them, I suppose. And we have home cooked meal or night in. So they may be a homebody, they may be someone who finds comfort in just spending quality time together. That's probably their love language too. Makes sense with kind of neediness. They just like spending time together, and they like kind of getting under a blanket on the sofa and just cuddling up together and enjoying each other's company. So that's all I've got for you, group 2. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit that like button down below to show your support. Feel free to leave a comment too, to let me know what resonated with you in this reading. I love hearing it. I love hearing all your different perspectives. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, so that you can see any of my upcoming pick a card videos. Thanks again for watching. I hope this new relationship comes into your life very soon, and that you make the most of it. Bye! Hi group 3, so if you picked Shutter Island, this is your reading. I'm just going to pop your ticket up there for it and show you the Chrysoprase crystal. So I've actually got 2 Chrysoprase crystals, and this is a very light one. The other one is darker coloured, it's like bright green, but I like this one too. I'm going to pop that in the dish for you and start your reading. I'm going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot to have a look at major theme for your next relationship. Tell me about group 3's next relationship. Okay, so we have the Emperor to signify your next relationship, number 4. So your next relationship is going to be very strong and quite powerful, really. It's going to feel very well planned out. I think it's probably going to be quite a long-standing relationship. You're very committed to one another too. I see passion in the relationship as well as mutual respect for one another. It's definitely a significant relationship, and I see it as being quite steadfast. So even when you face challenges or hurdles or obstacles, you're able to overcome them because you act as a unit. You work very solidly together to overcome any challenges that come your way. Next, I've got the Pastel Journey Tarot deck because I want to have a look into what your partner will be like in this relationship and also what you will be like in this relationship. So let's have a look at that. What is group 3's next partner going to be like? What's group 3 going to be like in their next relationship? Okay, so I just saw the cards when they flipped out of the deck and I cannot believe it. So this is your partner in your next relationship. Again, we have the Emperor, number 4. And for you in your next relationship, we have the Empress, number 3. How crazy is that? That we get the Emperor again, and the Empress. This is a power couple. You are a power couple. This next relationship, I'd be surprised if you ever broke up. I think it's going the distance. It's very much, you're both such strong, confident people, and you're confident in this relationship too. You don't feel like there's any challenge that you guys wouldn't be able to face together. With the Empress, you are also going to be very abundant in this relationship. So if you want kids, you'll be able to have kids in this relationship. If you want to build a successful business with your partner, you'll be able to do that in this relationship. If you want to have a nice house together, you'll be able to build the finances to get yourself a nice house together. Basically, you can achieve whatever you want because you're both willing to put in the hard work to get there and to make it happen. With the Emperor, your partner is very supportive, they're very strong, they're very wise, they are very solid in their commitment and their loyalty to you, and you're the same to them. You are just this power couple. There is no stopping you. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve, and all your dreams can come true if you want them to. This relationship is filled with balance as well. With both the Emperor and the Empress, we can see kind of that yin and yang energy. You balance each other out very well. You match each other very well. You complement each other. So where you might be more caring and nurturing, they might be more logical and practical, but it works well together. You're able to compromise on any issues and make things work. I'm still in awe at the fact that I picked out all of these cards for you guys. Group 3, you have this incredible, powerful connection with this person who's coming in for you. You guys are definitely going to be the couple that everyone's talking about. Like, all your friends will talk about how you guys were just made for each other and they can't believe you didn't find each other sooner because you're just meant to be, and you're probably going to last a lifetime. Your next partner comes across as being quite a fatherly figure, whereas you come across as being quite motherly. That doesn't mean that those are your genders, but it just means that they take a very protective role in the relationship and you take a very kind, nurturing, compassionate role in the relationship. Next, I want to have a look at the strength of your next relationship and the weakness. So let's have a look at the strength first. What is the strength of your next relationship, group 3? What is the weakness of your next relationship, group 3? Tell me about the weakness. So for the strength of your relationship, we have the 7 of Pentacles. And for the weakness of this relationship, we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, something I just want to point out, 3 plus 4 makes 7. And then we've also got the 7 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups. So again, 7 may be a powerful number for you guys. We've also got 2 3s and 2 4s, so again, might be powerful numbers. Look out for those numbers, especially the number 7, because they might be showing up to you quite a lot around the time that you meet this person or that you're dating this person, just as a signal that they are the one for you. They are this person that the reading is talking about. The strength of your relationship is that you're both willing to put in the hard work, put in the effort to keep it going. You do not give up easily, either of you two. You are both so driven to succeed, and you both put in the effort to make the relationship work. So you make sure that you keep going on new and exciting dates. You make sure that you keep listening to one another. You make sure that you don't get complacent in the relationship. And that's why this relationship works. That's why it keeps going. Sparks keep igniting and it's kept fresh constantly. So you never tire of one another. With the weakness of the 7 of Cups, I think you both have the tendency, or at least one of you has a tendency, to get distracted from time to time. And it doesn't necessarily have to be distracted with a person. It could be you just get distracted by opportunities that are out there aside from romance. So it might be you get distracted by a new work opportunity, which will mean that you won't be able to spend so much time together. And before thinking that through, you might be like, oh, I'll take up this new job offer. And then you're suddenly like, oh my goodness, now I don't have the time for this relationship, but I still want to make it grow. I still want to keep this relationship going and I want to do everything I can to keep it going. But now I've got this problem in the way. And I think that sometimes your heads can kind of become clouded because you're so driven and so powerful and so passionate that so many opportunities open themselves up to both of you. And because of that, it might feel at times like you just have so much choice and it's so difficult to choose the right thing to do and what is right for yourselves and also what is right for the relationship. And I think it's that balancing act that is troublesome for the two of you. It may be difficult to always keep things in balance and always keep things in harmony because it's not always clear what is the right decision to make, what is the right option to choose, which path you should be heading down. However, it's best in general to follow your heart when it comes to any of those sort of decisions, because your heart knows what you really want. And if this relationship is right for you, your heart will always put yourself first because you should love yourself the most, but then also make sure that it doesn't harm the relationship in any way and that you are also trying to boost the relationship too. I think at times it can also be scary that this relationship offers you so much. It gives you so much and you feel so powerful and so enlightened together that it can be very difficult to not let it overshadow other things that you want in life, other dreams that you have, because it's so perfect. You don't want to ruin it and you don't want to do anything that could upset it in any way. But also sometimes you do need to take some risks in your own personal life, otherwise you won't progress as far as you could progress. And you both are such clever, confident people that you can go far in life if you want to. So you don't want to let this relationship hold you back either. And I think that balancing act is something that you will struggle with from time to time. But what you need to do is just be honest and open with each other, because you work together so well and you can come to a decision together that will better your relationship, but also you both individually. Next, I've got some oracle cards for your relationship. So I'm going to have a look at the Quantum Oracle. We have your higher self to spirit. So this indicates that it's a soulmate connection. I was already thinking that, getting both the Emperor and the Empress, which work so well together. But your higher self wants this relationship for you. It is the one that was meant to find you. It is significant and it's going to change you for the better. Next, we have a Whispers of Love card. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. 40. So again, this is highlighting that the relationship has the potential to last a long time, and you can be dreaming of a future together, but it's important that you focus on the present, because if you work well in the present, you will continue to work well in the future. So with the Seven of Pentacles, I think you're very good at managing this anyway, because you put in the groundwork to make sure your love is strong currently. You make sure your love has good roots. You are kind to each other and you better each other. So in the future, it will carry on working because you've always been kind. You've always been caring. You've always been looking out for one another. So I don't think that's something you need to worry about, and that's just a highlight, a key aspect of your relationship, something beautiful about it. Next, we have a couple of Moonology cards. So first we have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. And then the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. So first, I just want to quickly mention there may be Sagittarius or Capricorn in either of your charts, but the main point of these cards is saying that, again, this is a soulmate connection. It was always intended for you, and there's good luck, really, for the future. There's hope and possibility and a wish fulfillment, the dreams coming true. I see you both as very lucky people in general. You're very confident, driven, powerful, and lucky too. You attract good things. You attract positivity. You attract luck. You attract wealth and prosperity. Things are only going to look up in the future. And again, with the end of a tough cycle approaches, maybe in the past, you've had so many hurdles to jump over. You've dealt with some bad seeds in your love life, or you've dealt with other parts of your life that have been really difficult, like maybe you came from poverty, or you came from a tough family life, or even just friendships that didn't do you justice. You put in a lot to those friendships, but you were only hurt by those people in return. But I see that it's an end of that cycle. When you meet this person, you meet this emperor, it's an end to people treating you badly, people treating you unfairly. And it's the beginning of this luck that there is someone who truly cares about you and who wants a solid, committed relationship with you and will do anything to have that, and will keep working on it side by side with you for as long as you both live. Next, we have a Lover's Oracle card. This is really pretty. I love it, with the little dove. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So that's very much mirroring what I just said. I think there were things that happened earlier on in your life that didn't make sense to you, and you basically went through a lot of hardships. However, this higher purpose is being revealed by your higher self in this relationship, because it's a blessing, it's luck, it's something so beautiful and loving and nurturing that you've always been looking for but never quite finding, and you finally got it here. Perhaps you don't really feel like you have always had a supportive family, but you're going to make a family out of this person. Or perhaps you haven't always had those strong friendships that you've been wanting and wishing for, but you've got it in this person. It may not make sense to you ever that your past was so difficult, but your future is so bright and you have a lot to look forward to. Next, we have a Sweet Dreams card. Peace. I create peace, prosperity, and joy in my life. There's that prosperity again. You are the Empress. You are going to create so many good things. There's so much good happening for you and coming to you. And you're just going to be so happy and peaceful with this person. Like, the Seven of Pentacles is a very kind of calm and collected card, but it's working on building that solid future, building success. And it takes time, but you will achieve it eventually. And you guys are both willing to put in that work to achieve the best kind of outcome, the best kind of relationship. And you're going to feel truly at peace when you do, because it's everything that you would have ever wanted. Luck is on your side. Even in these moments of kind of chaos and feeling like you don't know which option to choose, I think it will become clear. You just need to follow your heart. I just got a little message that this may even be relating to when you initially choose to date this person. Maybe you have a lot of options. You have different people who want to date you and you're finding it difficult to select which, but it's just looking to your heart, because your heart holds all the answers and it can tell you who is this emperor, who is the right person for you. Just listen to your heart. And lastly, I thought I'd do something a bit fun that you don't need to take too seriously, because obviously this is a group reading, so it applies to a lot of people, and getting just like one hair colour, for example, for this new person is not going to apply for everyone, but it's fun to do anyway. So first I wanted to see what zodiac signs may be present in your new person's chart. So let's have a look at that. What energy are they radiating? So we have Cancer and Aquarius showing up for them. So with Cancer, they're going to be very loving, very affectionate, very warm, love cuddles, very emotional too, outwardly emotional and romantic and caring, compassionate, just full of emotions, expressive. And with Aquarius, we have someone who is very determined, smart, open to things that are out of the ordinary. They like change too. They like transformation. Someone who's wise as well. Next, we'll have a look at a positive trait for your person. Positive trait for your next partner. We have interesting as their positive trait. So you're going to find them very interesting. Maybe you'll learn a lot from them. I do see that with the Aquarius and them being wise. Maybe they have a lot to offer you and a lot to show you, and perhaps there will be some hobbies that you both partake in together. They may even bring new hobbies into your life that you weren't aware of before, but you're very interested in. And for a negative trait, we have moody. So again, that aligns with Cancer. They may come across sometimes as a little bit moody. Perhaps they do get in moods. Perhaps they get upset very easily. But that's something that they can work on during their time with you. And that's something that obviously you'll come to understand what's causing the moods, and whether that is something that you can help them with, or that you can just make them aware of so that they can work on it themselves. Next, I want to have a look at some physical traits. So we'll first look at hair colour, see if we can get a hair colour for your person. We have dark brown as their hair colour. Oh, and I'm getting the feeling that I need to draw another one, so I will. So second colour, we've got white, blonde or grey hair as well. So they may have either of those hair colours. And let's have a look at eye colour. For eye colour, we have green eyes. So your next partner may have green eyes. And lastly, I want to have a look at what kind of dates they like to go on. We have river walks or picnic in the park. That's very romantic. So I see them as someone who likes the outdoors. They like the countryside. They like nature. They might really like animals as well. Maybe they have a dog or a cat. I'm getting that kind of impression. And they like spending alone time with you, kind of in nature. So going for a little walk by the river, or having a little picnic where they've picked out special treats for the two of you in the park. They love surprising you with romance, definitely. They're the kind of person who would whisk you away to a place where they've set up loads of candles and a little picnic. They're that kind of person. Someone very romantic and a bit spontaneous too. So that's all I've got for you, group 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below. Also, feel free to comment just to let me know if any of this resonated with you or stood out to you for any reason. I'd love to hear it. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you'd like to see more of my pick a card readings in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best with your next relationship. I hope it works out. It looks like a dream come true to me. Bye. Hi, group 4. So if you picked Get Out, this is your reading. I'm just going to pop your ticket up there. Show you your sodalite. And then pop that in the dish and get on with your reading. So first, I want to have a look at what your next relationship is like. So I've got the Everyday Witch Tarot here, and we're just going to have a look at the general theme of your next relationship. Group 4, tell me about their next relationship. What's happening in group 4's next relationship? Okay, I got 2 cards. I was only looking for one, but we're going to take both. So we have the 10 of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles to describe your next relationship. So with them both being Pentacles, I'm getting kind of earth sign energy. So Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo may be present in yours or your person's chart. It may also just be the energy that you're both presenting with during your relationship. So with the 10 of Pentacles, that is a beautiful card. It signifies a successful relationship. It signifies happiness, a good family life as well, and abundance. So that is what I'm seeing for your relationship. I do think it's going to be a long-term relationship. I think you're going to be in it for a while. It definitely has potential for complete success and happiness. With the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it may take a while to achieve this perfect family life. Obviously not perfect. Perfect doesn't exist, but close to perfect for you. You will both have your eyes set on the prize and you've got to work towards it. It's what you're seeking as well. You're seeking happiness, you're seeking wealth, you're seeking, a happy family. Definitely commitment too. Next, I'm going to take the Pastel Journey Tarot and have a look at what your next partner is going to be like in the relationship and what you are going to be like in the relationship. So let's have a look at your next partner first. Tell me about your next partner. Tell me about group 4's next partner. And tell me about group 4 in their next relationship. Okay, so to signify your partner, we have the 9 of Pentacles. And to signify you in your next relationship, we have the 9 of Cups. So 9 may be a significant number for you. You may want to look out for that. It may pop up quite a lot just before you get into a relationship with this person. Okay, so the 9 of Pentacles represents someone who feels kind of on top of the world in the way that they feel successful. They feel like they've accomplished what they've wanted to accomplish, and now they can kind of just enjoy the fruits of their labor. They can sit back and relax and enjoy all the small things life has to offer because they've already accomplished whatever they set out to achieve. So I see your person as someone who has worked hard in life to get to where they've got to. I think they have achieved something. So perhaps they've had to study very hard to get to a certain position in their career and they finally got there and now they're just enjoying it. Or they've had to work very hard to come out of a life of poverty and into a place where they feel very comfortable with the amount that they're earning. Or they've not had a very stable upbringing or family life. However, they've now got to a position where they've kind of collected enough friends to rebuild their own family, and they've made a new family out of them. They're just in a very comfortable position. They're very relaxed and they're happy. With the Nine of Cups being you and representing you, I see that you feel like your wishes have come true in this relationship, and that's how this relationship makes you feel. Similarly, I just wanted to note that your partner feels in this relationship as if you're like the last piece of the jigsaw. You make them feel complete, and this relationship makes them feel complete, as if it's the last bit that they were missing from their life. Love, romantic love, and you are the perfect person for them to give them that. And with the Nine of Cups, I think you're feeling very similar. You're feeling like they give you a lot of love and they give you a lot of attention and they fulfill you emotionally, and they really are like what you've been wishing for and waiting for. So you're making each other very, very happy in this relationship. You are each other's missing pieces, and you make each other feel whole. This relationship feels very endearing to me, and sweet and successful too, but kind and stable and grounded and just full of love. It's everything you've both been waiting for, and maybe you've been waiting for a very long time for this kind of love, but this is it. You're very, very happy in this relationship. Next, I want to have a look at the strength of your relationship, and then we'll have a look at a weakness too. So what is the strength of Group 4's next relationship? What is the weakness of Group 4's next relationship? Okay, for the strength of your next relationship, we have the Devil, 15. And for the weakness, we have the High Priestess, 2. So the strength is that you do not get tempted by anything else. I don't know if in the past you felt like when you were dating people, you got bored of them very easily, or your eye kind of wandered to other people, or I don't know, you may have even cheated in the past, or you just got distracted very, very easily. And you may not have ever cheated, but you may have just found that that spark that you had with people that you dated in the past disappeared, it evaporated very easily, and you were able to move on quite quickly. It was difficult for you to hold an interest in someone for very long. However, that is not an issue at all in this relationship. You both do not get tempted by other people in the slightest. Like, you are dead set on each other and you only have eyes for each other. And even if other people try and tempt either of you away, you are not interested. You're so loyal to one another. That is your major strength. Like, it's almost like when you meet each other, you're so attracted to one another in every way, both inside and out. And you're such a good match that you kind of don't feel attracted to anyone else ever. They are just your ideal person, and everyone else just is not good enough anymore, and you couldn't even see anyone else romantically anymore because you only see that other person and they fulfill what you need in terms of romance. So yeah, you don't have eyes for anyone else. With your weakness being the High Priestess, I feel like you spend too much time manifesting good things in the future and not enough quality time together. Sometimes you don't really enjoy the present moment enough because you're so fixated on the future and making sure your future is bright and great together. Basically, you spend too much time in your head and too much time manifesting rather than just enjoying each other's company. So that may be something that you need to remind yourself of from time to time. Try and book in or schedule dates and things like that so that you can actually be enjoying each other's company, because you do enjoy each other's company, but maybe you get so distracted by other commitments that you don't always spend enough time together, and you're too focused on building this stable future so that you can give them everything that they want and everything that they've dreamed of, but then you're not spending enough time with them and just enjoying who they are as a person, enjoying their presence in your life. It can also mean that you spend too much time manifesting and not actually doing the practical work. So when there are issues in your relationship, rather than spending all your time trying to understand where the issues came from, you should be working on resolving the issues more. That's just a little hint, a little indication that I'm getting, but I don't think that's a big part of your relationship. It's just something that you need to take note of and remember for the future, because there may be moments where your problems can be easily solved, and rather than rehashing them and talking them through so much, you need to just solve them. You need to just take action and put something into place to actually change the situation, rather than going over and over and over the issue. Solve it. Next, I have some oracle cards for your next relationship. So we have a quantum oracle card, professional assistance, 7 people. With that, I feel like you may meet this person at work, or you may even find at some time in your relationship you require marriage counselling or just individual counselling, some sort of professional help to help you move forward. So perhaps when you're feeling like you don't know how to solve your issues, that might be a time to seek help from professionals. I also get an indication that one of you helps the other one with their job. It may be just like advice that you give them for a job interview, or taking time to help them study or revise. I do see that one of you is helping the other to progress in your career. I don't know which way round that is though. Next, I have a Whispers of Love card for you. Turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. So I think this is an indication of how you can deal with any kind of upset. I just want to point out that that was number 36, because I usually say the numbers. But when you are in these times of trouble, of strife, all you need to do is remember your love that you have for this person, and immediately that'll help you figure out how to solve the issue, and it will remind you of why you're in this relationship and how much joy it brings you too. So don't forget how much your person does for you. Don't forget how much they care about you, because at times maybe it's easy to get distracted by other things and not think about it, but they do really care about you. They really love you, and you know it deep down, because if there is anyone who ever tries to get in the way of that, you completely cast them aside immediately and are focused on your person. Just take time to actually enjoy what your loved one does for you and how much they care about you, because sometimes I think it's difficult for you to slow down and actually focus on that. And then we have a couple of Moonology cards. So a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. And emotions are running high, supermoon. I just want to note that with Cancer and emotions, I'm seeing that there may be some water signs in your charts. You also had the 9 of Cups, which is again water signs. So Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio may be present in one or both your charts. I think with a personal issue reaches resolution, that is linking to this professional assistance. I think you do help each other with your work lives, and because you're so proud of one another and proud of what you've accomplished and how intelligent one another is, you're willing to put in that effort and that work with each other to help them succeed and to help them better themselves. And that's how any issues that you struggled with individually can reach resolution, because you can help each other grow. With emotions are running high, I think sometimes, as much as your love for one another is very strong and I think your love life is very passionate and exciting and there's a lot of intimacy. I think you can also be quite passionate in your arguments too. I think you can have quite heated arguments. So that might be something to be wary of. I think your emotions are so strong for one another that it comes out in a variety of ways. And you may just need to watch that when you're upset with one another, because you may take your emotions out on one another too. And perhaps that's why you need that marriage counselling or that professional advice to work out where all of those emotions are stemming from and how to negotiate arguments so that you don't hurt one another. Next, we have a Lover's Oracle card. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Oh, that's so cute. This again links back to you both being what each other wants and desires. I mean, they really are a wish fulfillment for you. They're what you've always wished for. And you are the missing piece of the puzzle, as I said. You are the last part of their journey. You get them to the point of success, and they feel accomplished in every other area of their life, but they've been waiting for the love part, and you are providing that to them. I think you guys will be very close and you'll love hugs with one another and you'll love cuddling each other. Maybe your love languages might even be physical touch. You embrace one another and you feel that warmth. I think you're just very close and very loving towards each other, very romantic. And you're not afraid to show that romance. Like, you guys might even, this makes you feel sick, but you guys might be into PDA and stuff like that. Like, you don't care if you're outside, you don't care if you're by yourself. If you want to hug that person, you will. If you want to kiss that person, you will. You will show them your love at any time of the day, and they're the same with you. Like, everyone else just disappears in that moment because they're so in love with you and they want to show you how in love with you they are. And we have a Sweet Dreams card. Purpose. My dreams connect me to my purpose. This relationship is like a dream come true for you, but it's also going to help you. So I don't know if it's going to help you with work or with some other part of your life, but this person is going to help you. They are very successful, they're very knowledgeable, and they are going to give you some sort of wisdom that will help you on your own individual journey as well as in the relationship. You're going to find your purpose in life when you're in this relationship, and your partner is going to help you with that too. And I think, again, it makes me feel like this relationship is meant to be. You feel like your purpose was to have this sort of incredible relationship with someone, this soulmate connection with someone. Like, that's part of your purpose. It's part of your goal in life, to be happy with someone else and to make a good, long, committed relationship with someone else that you can invest in, and that you can even make kids with this person. You can have kids with this person, and it's just, yeah, it's meant to be. You're going to be so solid. I see you as like two elderly people still together when you've been together for like decades. They feel like the love of your life, your purpose. And next, I've just got a few cards and some charms for fun. So you don't need to take this bit too seriously. As this is a group reading, it's difficult to get very detailed aspects, but I'm still going to pull some cards just for fun. First, I wanted to have a look at your person's zodiac signs or some energy in their chart that's significant. So we have Taurus and Virgo. They may show up in your person's chart. Taurus makes me think of someone who loves the finer things in life and loves comfort as well, loves cuddles, that makes sense. Is also quite fashionable, can be a bit stubborn at times, but they know what they want and they work very hard. Can also be a little bit lazy though. It depends on the moment. With Virgo, I see someone who is very strict in their routines and their schedules, is a bit of a perfectionist, and will not settle for less than perfect. Like, they strive for perfect and they want to give everything their all. Both of them are earth signs, so again, correlates very well to the Pentacles energy that we see in all of those cards. So they may have an earth sign in their chart. Next, I want to have a look at a positive trait about your person, see if we can get any more information about them. So we have kind or thoughtful. So your person's coming across as really sweet and caring and thinks of you. I think they might buy you little gifts as surprises that are just so thoughtful, and you won't really believe that they've thought of buying whatever that gift is, and it'll take you by surprise, but just kind of fill your heart with warmth. And we're going to have a look at a negative trait about them too, because I like to look at both. So I'm feeling like that's not the right card, so I'm going to put it back. For their negative trait, we have stuck in their ways. So again, that aligns with the Taurus very well. Stubborn, stuck in their ways. They may be difficult to get along with at times because they're so inflexible, but this is something that you can work on. This is something that you can talk about. It may also be the reason why you have these arguments from time to time, because they're so stubborn and will not budge on their decisions. But I think that's something you can work on. I don't think that's something that they will never be able to change. I think that might be something that they need to learn from, something that they need to change so that they're more open to others' points of view, and especially yours if they care about you so much, which I'm really seeing that they do. Next, I thought it would be fun to have a look at a hair and eye colour for your person. Again, this is just for fun. So for hair colour, we have coloured or other hair. So it's something out of the ordinary, that's what I'm thinking. And for eye colour, we have darkest brown or black eyes. I am getting called to pick another one, so I will just do that quickly. Second eye colour, we have mixed. So that's kind of when they may have a chunk of another colour in their eyes, or they're mixed eye colour as in like it could be blue-grey or bluey-green, that sort of thing. And last but not least, I wanted to have a look at what kind of dates your person likes going on. So let's have a look at what their ideal type of date is. We have top golf or rock climbing. So they like very adventurous type dates, ones that are fun and get you talking, but also get you moving at the same time. I think they want the kind of date where you can both make memories, like you can take part in an activity where things can go wrong or things can go well, and you have those memories to last a lifetime. That is what they want to get up to with you. So that's all I've got for you, group 4. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below to let me know. Also, leave a comment if you want to tell me what stood out to you in this reading. I'd love to hear it. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already, so that you can check out my new pick a card readings in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this relationship comes to you soon because it seems great. Bye. Hi group 5, and welcome to your reading. If you picked No Strings Attached as your movie, I'm just going to pop your ticket up there and also give you a quick glimpse of your Amazonite crystal, and then we will pop that in the dish as well. So group 5, I'd like to start with the Everyday Witch Tarot to have a quick look at your next relationship, especially major themes of your next relationship. This card popped out instantly, and we have the Sun 19. So your next relationship is signified by the Sun, meaning it will be a very happy relationship. It's the most positive of cards. I think the person you're going to meet is going to feel like family to you. You're just going to be smiling 24/7 around this person. You just make each other so happy and you enjoy spending time together too. I think it's going to feel like the sun's being painted back into your sky, or your life is lit up again. Maybe you've been through a period of darkness or sadness, and this is just kind of like a ray of sunshine, a ray of hope entering your life. Next, I'm going to take the Pastel Journey Tarot to have a look into the person that you're going to have this relationship with. So tell me about Group 5's next partner. I want to know about Group 5's next partner. What are they like? Okay, to signify your next partner, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And then I'm going to get a card to signify you in your next relationship, Group 5. Tell me about Group 5 in their next relationship. Here we have the Ten of Swords to signify you. So your partner is coming across as someone who is quite successful, quite well off, and is just enjoying the small things in life now that they've kind of overcome any hurdles to get to the high point that they have got to. I think in their relationship, they feel pretty good. They feel like this relationship with you is successful and they can kind of sit back and relax. They're happy with it. They feel at peace with it. They feel like it's prosperous and they're getting a lot of abundance from it. They generally feel quite happy and like they've succeeded in finding you. With the Ten of Swords, you're coming across as someone who has been through the ringer. You've been wounded by a lot of things and a lot of people, and you're still growing strong, and you're not going to let any of these past wounds or past relationship or past problems tear you down. Instead, you're looking up and you're being positive about this relationship and you're willing to give it a go, even though past relationships haven't treated you very well or made you very happy. You are still positive going into this one, and I think that is something to be so proud of yourself for, and I think that is something that your partner will really respect about you. Like, they'll see that you've been through so much and yet you're still like a ray of sunshine, and they look up to you and admire you for that. You do not let anything get you down. And stuff has tried, people have not been good to you, but you are not going to listen to it, you're not going to hear it, you are going to keep doing better and better and better. Yeah, I just feel like you are incredible, and your person really sees that. That's how they see you. Like, you're a warrior, a fighter, and nothing can tear you down. And you'll bring that same energy, that same drive into this relationship, which is probably why it's so positive and happy and light like the sun. Next, I want to look at a strength of your relationship. Tell me about the strength in Group 5's next relationship. What's the strength? And I also want a weakness of your next relationship, Group 5. What's the weakness in Group 5's next relationship? So as the strength of your next relationship, we have the Three of Pentacles showing up. And as the weakness, we have the Seven of Swords. So I think the strength of your relationship is that you collaborate really well. You work really, really well together. You work well as a team and you can kind of get the job done. You can make each other happy, but you can also work together to overcome any sort of challenges that get in your way, because you make a great team. Again, I'm seeing that kind of like familial bond. You feel like each other's soul family. You get each other and you make each other happy and you understand one another, so you can tackle any problem together. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like the weakness is in your times of loneliness. So most of the time, I think you feel very happy and content with one another, and you bring happiness to each other, and you like being in each other's company. However, I think there may be a time that you can't be in each other's company. I don't know if someone goes to live abroad or there's some sort of other distance between the two of you, but there is time where you feel alone, solitary, and that can get you thinking that you're being deceived or forgotten, when really you're not. You're always thinking of each other and you make each other happy. But yeah, I definitely see some sort of loneliness, some sort of cloak or veil that's concealing true feelings, concealing happiness. It's almost like a mask that's getting in the way. I don't think this is a permanent problem. I think this is a problem for a little while that gets resolved, or that you can resolve if you want to resolve it. But yeah, it's like shrouded in mystery, so I can't even tell what this real problem is, but it's something to do with a cloak, a mask, a veil, a secret. Let's have a look at your other oracle cards and see if we can get any more information. So we have a quantum oracle card, taking steps for intention. And a whispers of love card. Have faith, trust your faith in this situation. 12. So firstly, with this have faith, I feel like that's directly related to the 7 of Swords. Like, trust your faith that things are going to work out no matter what. So whatever this secret is, or this deception, or this moment of upset, have faith that this relationship is still going to work out, because it can and it will. This isn't the end. With taking steps, I think it's kind of like learning how to progress, how to move forward, how to move away from these people and these wounds that have hurt you, and how to get in a mindset where you don't have to be such a warrior and you can actually trust this person and open up to them. That might be what the cloak is. Maybe you conceal your own true feelings because you are terrified of getting hurt again, because it has happened a lot in the past. And even though you can force yourself forwards and into another relationship, you can't very easily unlock your heart and open up to this other person. And you need to take the steps to move forward and have faith in doing so, in letting them in. And that's the only thing that's going to hold you back a little bit. Actually allowing yourself to feel love and to let this person see how you really feel, because you've been hurt by doing so in the past. So it scared you into never revealing your true feelings. But in this relationship, you need to be honest with them, because that's the only way that you'll be able to keep it going. Because if they feel like you're never letting them in, you're never being open or honest with them, eventually they'll have to cut it off, they'll have to end it, because they don't want to be sidelined all the time. They don't want to feel like they only get part of you. They want all of you. They want no strings attached. Perhaps that's why you picked that rom-com. And it is very much like a romantic comedy. Like, there's so much romance and love, and yeah, you're almost like family with one another. You really do love each other, but there's comedy too. You're so happy and smiling all the time. I think you make each other laugh a lot. Next, I've got a couple of Moonology cards. So let's take a look at them. First, we have Work Through Your Fears, New Moon in Scorpio. And next, we have Adjustments Are Required, Third Quarter Moon. So both of those cards make total sense with what we've just been saying. It's not going to come easily to you to open up your heart. And it is a fear of yours. It is terrifying to be like, this person is going to stick around even when I tell them all my deepest, darkest secrets. This person is going to stay around when I tell them that I love them. They're not just going to drop me or ghost me or leave me stranded the minute I reveal my true feelings to them. It's really difficult to make yourself believe that and to have faith. But in this relationship, you need to take steps towards that mentality. You need to take steps to being vulnerable with them, because until you are vulnerable with them, this relationship can't really progress. It gets stunted. and they're gonna really feel like you are hiding behind a cloak, you're hiding behind this veil, and they don't get to see the real you. And that may lead to their own trust issues in you, which you don't want to give them. You don't want to be in a relationship that has trust issues from the start. But even though adjustments are required, that's something that you can achieve. You can change. You can allow them into your heart. Have faith in yourself. You are so strong. I see that with the Ten of Swords. You have got through so much and got past so much. So many things have tried to knock you down in life, and you just keep going. You keep getting back up and marching forward. And they see that about you and they love that about you, but you need to see that about yourself and realize that the only way you actually get to experience love is if you open yourself up to it and if you share it with another person. It can't just be one-sided. They can't just be loving you and you not showing them that you love them back. Otherwise it won't last. You've got to take the risk, take the plunge. It's very much like your movie, No Strings Attached. Like, they're too scared to feel love, but especially Natalie Portman. But once she just risks it, that's when she gets to actually experience it, true love. And it's the same for you. You've got to take that risk. You've got to take that leap of faith. And the worst that can happen is another sword in your back. That's what you need to remember. That's the very worst that can happen. It's something that you've already faced and you've already overcome. So you would be able to overcome it again should you have to. But that's the very worst. But there are loads of better possibilities that are open to you too. And say there are 5 different outcomes. One of the outcomes is they stick a sword in your back. But another outcome is you have the best relationship of a lifetime. And then there's loads of outcomes in between too. So do not focus on that one bad outcome of them sticking the sword in your back, because it's only 1 in 5. Chances are low. And if you don't take that risk, you can't also try and go for that 1 of 5 where you have that long, happy, committed relationship. There's no hope in getting that unless you take the risk. Next, I've got a Lover's Oracle card for you. Here we have: the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. There's that faith again. Have faith. This is new. This is something new. This is not like those swords. And actually, from the looks of things, it's very unlikely that this person is going to stick another sword in your back. It's looking like a really good, healthy relationship. But it requires you to put the past behind you and not expect that again. Expect better. Expect positivity. Expect happiness. Expect love. Expect true love. Expect no negative consequences and embrace it. Make the most of this new path. Make the most of this new relationship. You've got to just trust in your heart and then things will work out. Next, we have a Sweet Dreams Oracle. Messages. I'm receiving powerful messages from my guides right now. I trust my feelings. So I think you'll know when this person comes around. You'll know that you want to date them, you want to have a relationship with them. You'll get little messages, little indications that they're the one for you, and you just need to listen to them, take those messages in, follow your gut, follow your heart, because it will draw you towards this person and towards a happy, committed relationship where I love this collaborative aspect, and that being the strength. You can face anything together, and you don't have to face these swords by yourself anymore. You don't have to be wounded by yourself anymore. You will both be fighting the battles together. Despite the fact that your partner knows that you're strong enough to face them alone, there's no way they'd let you fight it alone. They'll be by your side fighting with you. With this Lover's Oracle, the past is now behind you. You really just need to forget any of your exes. And if any of them try and step back into your life, push them away. Do not contact them. I've got a slight feeling that people might try and re-enter your life who have made you sad in the past. And if you have any feelings like, no, I shouldn't be contacting them, don't push them away. You don't need them. You've got this happy new relationship and you do not need to be dragged back into past hurt and past pain. I think your intuition is very good and you need to trust it. You'll know when you should be contacting people and when you shouldn't, and when you should be opening up your heart and when you shouldn't. Trust your gut. Lastly, I just wanted to pull a few extra little cards for you. This bit is not to be taken so seriously, mainly because this is a group reading and these are very detailed cards, so they may not resonate with you at all, but take and leave what you want. First, I wanted to have a look at your person's zodiac signs, or some that may feature in their chart. So we have Libra and Aquarius showing up. Aquarius has been coming up so much during these readings. Anyway, your person may be an air sign, as these are both air signs, or they may have air signs in their chart. With Aquarius, they're likely to be quite direct and also a little bit of a free spirit, a bit of an alien, like they don't fit in with the normal crowd. They're someone a bit different, but interesting nonetheless. And with Libra, I see someone who's a bit of a socialite, very engaging, very interesting, very bubbly and chatty and happy, but someone who's quite indecisive too. Next, I want to have a look at a positive trait for your person. We have smart as their positive trait. So yeah, that makes sense with air signs too. Very good at communication, but also very intelligent. I think you're going to admire their intellect and they're going to admire your courage and your bravery. And for a negative trait, we have unfaithful. This is not them, okay? This is your fear that's popping back up. Why do you think of everyone as being unfaithful? Why do you expect them to be unfaithful? Were you cheated on in the past, or was someone not who they seem to be to you? This person is not going to be unfaithful. I kind of want to tear this up because they're not. And I can hear your like spirit guides literally like screaming at me, stop giving in to your fears, because they're not unfaithful. And I'm going to draw another negative card because everyone has a negative aspect, but I can tell you for sure they're not unfaithful. And what we have this time is untidy. Okay, so they may be untidy, but that's fixable. If you even need it fixed, you might be untidy yourself, I don't know. But if it is something you want to fix, I'm sure that's something they can work on. I don't think that's too big an issue. But yeah, I just want to remind you, stop thinking about people being unfaithful. Not everyone is a cheat out there. Not everyone is untrustworthy. There are people you can trust in. And obviously, sometimes we put our trust in people who let us down and prove that they aren't trustworthy. But this person, I don't see them as that. They're giving you so much happiness and so much joy. And I expect them to carry on doing so. So you can put your faith in them. It's all going to be okay. And just for fun, I'm going to have a look at their hair colour, or a possible hair colour for them. We have golden blonde. Next, we'll have a look at an eye colour for them. This bit's really just for fun. We have pale blue eyes for them, for your future partner. And lastly, I just want to have a look at what kind of dates they like going on. What kind of dates is this Nine of Pentacles person like going on? Home cooked meal or night in. So they like just spending time with you. I think they like cooking for you as well. That's what I'm seeing. Or maybe if you're a good cook, they might enjoy you cooking for them. But I just see you having like cozy romantic nights together, drinking wine and having some nice food. I mean, it doesn't have to be wine if you're not into alcohol. Could be whatever drink you like. Could even be hot chocolate. But yeah, I see you kind of sat down at a table that you've dressed up with candles and it's all romantic and oh, the food smells really good. and you have a fancy bougie 3-course meal that you prepare for each other, and then afterwards you watch a movie together and cuddle up on the sofa. That's what I'm seeing. Something really romantic and fun and just genuine. And because I feel like you're soul family and friends, I think you just have so much fun together. Like, you have a laugh, but it's also just, there's so much electricity between you both too. It's very loving and caring and just, yeah, beautiful. It's making me feel like I've got little butterflies inside my tummy because it's just so warm and feels like home. So comfortable. So that's all I've got for you, group 5. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please hit that like button down below. Also, feel free to leave a comment just telling me what resonated with you in your reading today. I'd love to know. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already to watch more of my pick a card readings. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best in this next relationship. I'm sure you will get over your fears and everything will be a-okay. Bye. Hi, group 6. So if you picked Ever After as your movie, this is your reading. I'm just going to pop your little movie ticket up there and show you your carnelian stone. And then that can go in the dish too. I'm going to start with the Everyday Witch Tarot just to get a tarot card to symbolise your next relationship, group 6. So tell me about group 6's next relationship. Okay, so to symbolise your next relationship, we have the Star, 17. So with that, I see a soulmate relationship. It's like a wish coming true. It's magical. Your next relationship is gonna feel like a fairy tale, a love story. It's meant to be, which goes really well with Ever After, which I don't know if you've seen Ever After, a Cinderella story, but that's my favourite movie, and it's a romance and it's just so beautiful. It's based on Cinderella, but that's how I see this love. It's like a fairy tale romance, like a novel, like nothing you could have ever imagined, because it's greater than that, it's better than that, and it's just ideal for you. It's everything you could have ever wanted, and it's going to feel like it's almost too good to be true, like you can't believe your luck. Next, I've got the Pastel Journey Tarot, and I'm going to have a look at what the person will be like in your next relationship, what your partner will be like. So tell me about group 6's next partner. I want to know about group 6's next partner. And I'm also going to get a card for what you're like in your next relationship. So group 6 in their next relationship, what are they like? Okay, so to represent your partner in your next relationship, we have the 6 of Pentacles. And to represent you, we have Judgment 20. Okay, so with the 6 of Pentacles, your partner is coming across as someone who is very charitable, someone who gives a lot to other people. They might work in a caring profession, or they may just be highly attuned to justice and wanting to help individuals who are worse off than them. I see them as someone who gives a lot and takes little, and for that reason they're going to be rewarded in the relationship by you. They're going to be very giving towards you. They're going to give you not only gifts but also time and attention, and they're going to listen to you very easily. I see you as someone who comes across as very mature in the relationship. So your partner sees you as mature, and also as if you make decisions very easily. They see you as someone who's quite wise. Maybe you've been through a lot and they can see that about you. You now find it easy to tackle situations because of your past and because of everything you've been through beforehand. And they really admire that about you. They look up to you and they appreciate everything about you, so they're very, very giving towards you, and that's how they show their appreciation. I don't know if your love language is receiving gifts, but if it is, like, this is perfect. They're the perfect person for you, because they're gonna keep giving constantly. They want you to know how much they appreciate you, and they do that in the form of gifts and compliments and little notes, even to brighten up your day or let them know that they're thinking about you. I see your person as someone very caring and, yeah, just very generous. I think they want to better the world and they want to help people, and that is one of their main goals in life. And I think you're always seeking knowledge, and you've sought a lot of knowledge too, and you're willing to input that wisdom onto this relationship, which will help it grow. You're both going to help it grow in different ways.
I'm watching this reading back, and it makes so much sense that you picked the movie Ever After to watch, because Danielle, who's the main character in the movie, is so sweet and so kind and so generous and reflects the Six of Pentacles perfectly. But she's also very knowledgeable, and the prince seeks her knowledge and looks up to her because she's so wise and she's considered so much, and he respects her all the more for it. And again, that wise judgment is shown in the Judgment card. So yes, it just makes perfect sense that you would choose that movie out of all of them.
Next, I'd like to have a look at a strength in your relationship. So let's have a look at the strength of your next relationship, group 6. And we'll also get a card for the weakness of your relationship, group 6. Okay, so for the strength of your relationship, we have the King of Pentacles. And for the weakness of your next relationship, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so focusing on the strength first, with the King of Pentacles, I see that it's a very successful relationship and that you're able to quite easily overcome any hurdles or any problems, any conflicts. You are both quite well grounded. You don't have your head kind of up in the clouds, and neither does your person. You're both able to see things clearly for what they are and be down to earth in your opinions and your ideas. And I see just a very stable and secure future with that card. Then looking over at the weakness with the Knight of Cups, I see someone begging for commitment, someone chasing someone very hard and the other person not doing the same in return. I don't know who's who in this relationship, and I guess it could be either way. So when you're watching this, there may be some people who pick this reading who will be the chaser and other people who are being chased. But I'm seeing kind of an imbalance in how much affection and love is given to the other person. As a weakness, it's almost like love is given too freely and too easily. So I don't know if that means just to each other or if it can be in other directions too. I'm going to pull a second card just for some clarification on that and how it's a weakness, how the Knight of Cups is the weakness in group 6's relationship. Can we have some clarification? So for clarification cards, we have the 3 of Wands and Temperance 14. Struggling with balance, definitely. Impatience and distance being a problem too. So there may be distance between the two of you. This could be emotional distance that they're feeling, or it could be physical distance. Maybe you are in a long distance relationship, in which case that might be why they're feeling this imbalance in or you're feeling the imbalance in love and attraction and chasing. With Temperance, it signifies impatience, and I think one of you, the one that's doing all the chasing, is feeling kind of impatient and like you're not getting to a level of commitment very quickly. I think you do eventually get there, and that it's reflected in the strength, but I think maybe the beginning of the relationship is difficult. The dating stage seems to take forever for one person, and they don't like that they're kind of having to wait on commitment for so long. So that may be something that you want to be aware of. Again, I'm not sure if it's you or them who is struggling to commit, but I do feel like that is the case for one of you, or at least one of you is less worried about when commitment comes into play, whereas the other person wants to commit immediately. They know you're the one and they're keen. And I do see distance being a factor and getting in the way here, but I don't see it as a long-term thing. I do think it's just a short-term issue, a short-term problem that will get resolved. Next, I want to have a look at your oracle cards. So we have a quantum oracle card first, family, 2 people. And next we have a whispers of love card, speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own, 35. So with this one, perhaps one of you, I think the one that's not doing all the chasing, struggles to express their love in words, but that's something that they need to get better at doing. It's something that they need to work on. With family, I think you're going to feel like family. You're going to get on really well and feel like this could be long lasting. This relationship could go the distance. And I think you'll feel that very early on, and it's not going to change over time. I see so much success with that King of Pentacles and the Star as well. And it really does feel like a soulmate connection that's worth investing in. If you want kids as well, you could definitely have kids from this relationship. Or there may just be kids that come into your life. So maybe your partner already has kids, or you already have kids and your partner will get on with them really well. Yeah, I definitely see kids having a role in this relationship if you want them to. And next I have a couple of Moonology cards. First we have confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. And next, surrender to the divine, full moon. As long as you continue to be confident, this relationship will work out, but you have to have the confidence in it, which makes me think that you might be the one who's chasing the 6 of Pentacles person. If that is the case, be confident that in time they will give you that commitment that you're seeking. If it's not the case and you are being chased, I think you already have this confidence that you'll know when it's the right time to commit, and you're not going to commit any earlier than that, and that's okay. Do things at your own pace. If that's how you're feeling, you need to honor that and trust your gut, and when it is the right time, you will follow this through. You will provide that commitment to the other person. Just be confident in yourself. And with surrender to the divine, again, it's divine timing. When it is the right time to commit, you'll know, and you'll take that step forward, and it will be reciprocated. So try not to feel this impatience too much, because there'll be a reason why it's taking more time, but it's leading to this solid commitment. It's leading to a successful relationship. So it's worth allowing things to take their course and not rushing anything. I feel like you're very much in a rush, and maybe because you're feeling a bit older, a bit more mature, and like it's time for a solid relationship. That's why you're trying to rush things, but this is perfection. This is what you've been waiting for. So just enjoy every moment and let it take as long as it needs to take. Give in to divine timing. Next, I have a Lover's Oracle card for you. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. I told you, oh my goodness, this is your soulmate. This is with the star, that goes so nicely. This is the person you're meant to be with. This is your happily ever after. And it may take some time from dating to being in a committed relationship, but sometimes the best things take time. And sometimes it's worth investing in something and letting it play out, because it's going to result in so much love. It really is. And I think this person really, really appreciates compliments. So with Speak the Language of Love, make sure that you do give them loving words and give them affirmations, because I think they'll do that with you too, because they're very giving. I think they do it naturally, but make sure you're giving them that in return, because that will lead them faster to commitment and faster to realizing this is a soulmate connection and you are meant for each other. Next, we have a Sweet Dreams Oracle card. Attraction. I attract a loving, happy, fulfilling relationship into my life. Exactly. Yeah, so you're hitting this divine timing where you're getting what you've always deserved. You're getting this happy, loving, fulfilling relationship. You're getting everything you've ever dreamt of, ever wanted. And there's going to be so much attraction between you two too, like physical attraction. You are ideal for one another. I think you're quite unique characters individually, but something about them is just amazing to you and you can't look away. And the same goes for them. Like, they are so attracted to you. There's something that they could have never dreamed of, but it's just perfect about you. And they're so into you. Yeah, I see that you can't keep your hands off each other. Like, you're really into each other. But also just on a personality level, you're really attracted to each other's personality, because you feel like they are just so interesting and they find you interesting too, and you're captivated by one another. You could talk about deep conversations all night long if you wanted to, and you probably will in the future. That's probably why it's so stable, your relationship, and why it goes on for so long if you want it to, because they are your soulmate and you are kind of a match made in heaven. I just want to highlight again with these two moons, I feel like there is a bit of uncertainty, definitely at the beginning of the relationship, around whether you both have the same amount of feelings for one another, because I think someone is very expressive in their love and someone isn't. So if you are the person who isn't very expressive, maybe try to be a bit more expressive about how you feel, because they will really value that. And if it's the other way around, don't worry too much, because I think even though you are quite impatient, they will come around and they will start telling you how they feel, because they'll realise it's feeling a bit one-sided, and they're definitely someone who likes balance and likes to give. So if they're feeling like you're doing all the giving, they will catch up with you eventually. So just give them some time and everything will be okay, and it will even itself out. Next, I just wanted to pull a few detailed cards to have a look at your person a bit closer. However, as this is a general reading, don't take this part too seriously, because they're very detailed aspects, and obviously I'm reading for a lot of people, so just take whatever resonates really. First, I want to have a look at your next partner's zodiac sign or some energy from their charts. So we have Libra and Pisces. So they may have Libra or Pisces somewhere in their chart. What I get from Libra is someone who is very happy and bubbly and chirpy and just very enigmatic and sociable, life of the party. And with Pisces, I'm thinking of someone who is very creative and intuitive. They're very, very caring too, and definitely a giver, and loving. They want you to feel at home with them. Next, I want to look at a positive trait about your person. So we've got sociable. So again, that goes with what I was just saying about life of the party. I think they'll be very sociable, very chatty, love having conversations with you. I feel like they're a non-stop talker in a good way. Really, really interesting and engaging, and just makes you so happy. We'll have a look at a negative trait too, because I like doing one of each. For a negative trait, we have volatile. So at times, I think this is mainly during arguments, because I see them as quite an emotional person. They may come across as a little bit volatile, but I think that can be tempered very easily because you have a very mature head on your shoulders, and I think at times they can act almost childish or immature, but you will be able to reason with them, especially with this Judgment card, and very quickly they will listen to you and calm down. I think that's something that you'll get quite used to, and also something that they will learn from, and over time they'll become more mature and they'll stop acting so volatile in the future. Next, I want to have a look at hair colour for your person. We have golden blonde, and I'm going to take one more because I'm feeling called to do so. We also have chestnut brown, and eye colour, we have blue-green eyes for your person. And lastly, I want to see what kind of dates your person likes to go on. What kind of dates does your next partner like to go on? We have top golf or rock climbing. And again, I'm getting asked to pick one more. So far, I'm seeing them as very adventurous and fun, up for a laugh. And we also have casual drinks at the pub. Yeah, this really goes with the sociable side of them. So they like chatting, they like seeing friends. I think you may even meet in like a friend situation. It may be a group of friends and they're a friend of a friend, and that's how you get introduced, or maybe at a party. But these are the kind of dates they like. So very activity and fun focused, very outgoing. Definitely not so much of a homebody. So that's all I've got for you today, Group 6. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please click that like button down below to show your support for the channel. Also, feel free to leave a comment just so that I can hear what resonated with you from this reading. I'd love to know. Subscribe to Disorderly Tarot if you haven't already. I'll upload more videos, pick a card ones, in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best in this next relationship. It looks like a lot of fun. Bye.